Much of the country is in for another lovely day, but parts of the Great Lakes in the Northeast, you might need an umbrella, though. This is going to be a very light rain and snow, so maybe just make a run for it today. This clipper is going to make its way into the Northeast, and as you can see, leave a trail of precipitation. Next week, more of us will need rain gear as a sign of spring. Could bring us severe weather here into the South, where you could run into trouble as we kick off, if you can believe this, the first week of March. Welcome into America's Morning Headquarters. I'm meteorologist Stephanie Abrams alongside meteorologist Jordan Steele and Jim Cantori. Jim, 3 systems this week. The first one was meh. The second one, a little more robust, but still not that active. And this third one coming in on Friday, that's going to give us a run for our money when it comes to the temperatures.
Yeah, can you feel the bite already?
Yeah, much bigger of a problem. So the closest observation site to Hazlitt, New Jersey would be New York. And we want to show you what the temperatures have been like. We've had a nice long streak from the 17th to the 22nd of very cold temperatures, well below zero. This is our average. So it's been very, very cold. You're going to get some of that icing. And there's been cold, obviously, throughout January and February here. But this week, and then boom, we had this warm up for us at the weekend into the beginning of the week. That can be just enough to make that ice, a lot thinner and able to crash on through. So there's Hazlitt, New Jersey. And notice today we are going to see more of these warm temperatures. Yesterday we got into the upper 50s in both Trenton and also into New York. And we're going to continue to see that warming. So you need to stay off any sort of ponds, lakes that you think might be fully frozen over, and do that as we head throughout the week, because temperatures do stay not only above average, but above freezing. And so that's going to continue to let everything thaw for us. Let's have a look at today. We've got the heat. Not only do we have the 80s in the southeast, but going over to Phoenix, we hit 90 yesterday. That's just shy of a record of 92. Also, the first time hitting 90 since October 28th of last year. That obviously is very hot in the Southwest. We will see our temperatures stay a little bit cooler as we head into our tomorrow. Behind the system, we do get some cooler air. But then as we head into Friday, we actually get another system coming down that's going to cool us off even more. And Jim's going to talk about that in detail in a second. But there's your Friday. We're still 10 to 20 degrees above average. The Northeast, a smidge cooler. And even though we cool off, we still stay well above average. Look at our Friday. Phenomenal day for us. And just to give you one example, Kansas City, average high is 48. So even though we cool off, Jim, almost 20 degrees below, 15 or so, we bounce right back up on Friday. We never really go below average. That is until this weekend with this next system.
Right. The next system cools off.
That we are. And that's where we're going to see our temperatures go up and down and moving all around. So let's have a look in more detail what Jordan was talking about for really the entire Midwest and Northeast. That was just one city, Buffalo, but that's really what a lot of us are going to be experiencing. This is system number 1 exiting. We have system number 2, and then system number 3 will come on the scene, I should say, on Friday. And behind that is where you get all those cooler temperatures. But this is our focus for the day. Very light rain. We do have colder air. So anywhere you see the blue, the darkest blue, that is 30 degrees. So that's where you're going to see the freezing temperatures, and that's why we see the snow here in the eastern side of Michigan. But notice that our temperatures, a little bit of a southerly flow here, that's going to bring up some warmer air as you head into Illinois and also into Wisconsin. And that means it's a little more mild and you've got rain. Chicago's 41 and rain. Ooh, that's a double thumbs down if you ask me. But notice over to Grand Rapids and Toledo, we're at the freezing mark. Traverse City also well below freezing. But these mild temperatures, they are going to continue as we head into the afternoon hours. So as this whole system moves east, expect for rain to be part of what you get into the Northeast. And we do get little blips of that colder air. The really cold air, as Jordan was showing you, comes in after our system on Friday. Saturday is when you drop down by 12 degrees, and there'll be a noticeable difference. Saturday and Sunday were below average. That cold air is going to come in. Now, tomorrow, behind the system we're dealing with right now, system number 2, we do get some cooler air, but it's not as cold as the next one. There's limited moisture with this, so as it moves into the Northeast, you're going to see snow here. And as I mentioned, we do get that colder air behind it, but it's not going to be a significant drop for us. We're not going to go below average. We're still going to stay above average. and watch it move into the northeast as we head into the afternoon and into the overnight hours. Mainly rain for us, a little bit of snow, more snow as you get up into New England for our Thursday morning, but a bit of a messy commute here into the northeast. And this has stopped moving, but if it got into Friday, let's see if it'll catch up. It's totally frozen, but by Friday, you're going to see system number 3 come in, and that's where Jim is going to pick up the story.
Steph, you've heard the frame, right? Wait a minute, the weather will change.
Yes.
For New England.
Yes.
That's the pattern that does it.
It feels like everyone says that to me. People in Denver say it to me. People in Florida say it to me.
And now my old meteorologist partner is saying it to me. No, but this is the kind of pattern that does that. So we got a lot of change going on.
It is time to do a little traveling here, and this storm is not very potent, but when the storm is not potent, you sometimes get more accidents because everyone just continues about business as usual when you have a light rain or a light snow. And that's when you run into a lot of problems. When you have this big blockbuster storm or the rain's really heavy, everyone kind of slows down. You get heavy snow, everyone slows down. That is not going to be the case with this system. All very light, even just spits of rain at time, just getting that road a little bit juicy. Michigan, the morning rush for you in Lansing, could see some frozen precip. And as we head to lunchtime, that rain gets into places like Cleveland. That was the other day when I looked about 15 inches below average on snowfall. We really need the snow here into Cleveland. I don't think we're going to get it. We're going to end the season with quite a snow drought. And we will see those showers continue as this system moves into the northeast. So maybe some delays. Again, I don't think we're going to see huge, massive delays with this system. Doesn't have a lot of strong winds. Tomorrow, the northeast will be impacted. But when you run into low visibility with the clouds and some of that rain, then that can slow things down for you. So keep that in mind. Though the airlines this day and age, they build in tons of time now, I feel like, in between those flights, Jordan. So even though you are, it's taking 3 hours opposed to an hour and a half, you're not technically late because they built in that into the whole schedule.
Yeah, it's always like, wait, hold on a second. Are you flying?
Day, unless you live in the Great Lakes, the Northeast. You might need an umbrella, though. Overall, this is fairly light, so you might want to just make a run for it today. The system is sweeping through today into tomorrow, bringing us rain and snow eventually into the Northeast and New England. Coming up next week, we are going to definitely need the rain gear. Signs of spring coming to life as we do have that threat for severe weather where you could run into trouble as we kick off your first week of March. Welcome into America's Morning Headquarters. I'm meteorologist Stephanie Abrams alongside meteorologist Jordan Steele and Jim Cantori. 3 systems this week. Jim, we already have gotten through one of them. Yep. We have our second one now, and then our third one as we head into Friday.
Second one is underway, Steph,
yes,
as you say.
Is.
And the third as we have seen on countless occasions now, wildfires leave little more than just ash behind. But sometimes, even in that devastation, families find small reminders of what matters most.
Yes, and senior national correspondent Justin Michaels joins us live. You've been following this story since the beginning, and it's so hard because you run into people who are in tears. They've lost absolutely everything, but then you come across families who have some hope that they've found.
And this one particular family has been through the extremes, from the absolute worst, losing everything, and then something miraculous happened just 2 weeks later. So let me introduce you to them. It's Andy built together, and they're continuing to build that with those new kids. They have a whole family now.
Do you think the fact that both of them are doctors made them a little bit more accepting of a total loss? And I mean,
because of what they see on a regular basis.
They see loss and miracles every day.
I also think son Parker, but their new twins.
Additions.
Like they have nothing to do except manage their family, right?
Yeah.
So it's probably helping with the coping of what happened to their family.
But the exhaustion that comes with newborns, especially twins, I mean, that is tough. But we know they're going to get through. If anyone can, they can do it.
Great story.
All right, Justin, thank you so much. We're going to head over to Jordan now.
Yeah, you know what, you guys, tomorrow on